So people come in and they want something done with their belly, right? They don't know exactly what it is. Sometimes they know. Say they know it's a tummy tuck. Their friend had a tummy tuck. They've had 3 kids. Their weight is stable. They're done with their children. They know they want a tummy tuck because the skin's loose, the muscles are loose. We got to repair the whole thing. They know it, right? And sometimes people come in and they're at the other end of the spectrum. They're 25 years old. They haven't had any kids. They might have kids. They're not sure. They want to leave their options open, and their skin's still pretty tight. Their muscles are tight, and they know that they don't need a tummy tuck. They think they're liposuction. They may not be liposuction. They may be a candidate for SCULPSURE, which is a non-invasive way of getting rid of fat. It's not as strong as liposuction, and it's not as effective. It only gets maybe 20% of the fat, but it's still a really nice alternative because it's not surgery for certain people, right? But there's that whole gray group in the middle that is a little bit loose. It's a little bit full of fat. The muscles are a little bit loose. How do you know? How do you know what to do? Whew, that's a tough one. And that takes experience. It takes really intense listening on the part of the surgeon to know what's going to fit into this person's life, right? Because a tummy tuck is a really powerful surgery, but it's got a recovery. It's got a scar. It's got an unparalleled ability to sculpt the abdomen. It's really, really great. Now, there are options on tummy tucks, right? But let's just take a minute and talk about the combination of liposuction and a tummy tuck, okay? Can you do both safely? Because that's actually a kind of like something that we talk about in plastic surgery as somewhat being controversial. In my mind, it's not controversial. The answer is yes, you can. And how do I know that? Because I've done it for 20 years. There's a couple of things that you gotta know if you're gonna do liposuction, predominantly of the abdomen at the same time as a tummy tuck. And this was all described by a guy named Ted Lockwood back, I'd say in the mid-'80s. Where he talked about discontinuously undermining the flap. And by that, he meant instead of opening up all of the abdominal wall so that you can tighten the muscles, you leave a lot of it intact. And you leave the perforating blood vessels intact to supply the skin. It makes it a really robust flap, and you can do a tummy tuck that way and liposuction at the same time. And that combination is really wonderful. It allows you, if you don't do that, you can't sculpt a beautiful abdomen. You just can't do it. And then you're settling for something less than. And, trick is to figure out a way to get more than, and do it safely. And that's what we've been doing here for 20 years. I mean, we do 300 tummy tucks a year here. That's, I think, 6x the national average for cosmetic surgeons. That's an extraordinary number. We have really, really fabulous results. Check out our website, you'll see them. They're not our best 10%, they're just representative of what we can do. It's very important that you be examined one way or another to differentiate for what kind of candidate you are. You might want liposuction, but when I examine you, you might really be a tummy tuck, and vice versa. So optimally, you live in the area, you come on in, we take a look at you. Here's the criteria for tummy tuck. You've got to you really ought to be done with your children. All right, you're done. Childbearing is done. Your muscles are loose, your skin is loose, you're at a stable weight, and you don't mind a scar. Finally, you have probably a couple of weeks to take off out of your life. Something like that. So you can, the first week, take it easy. The second week, you're usually driving and moving around, but it's still, it's a real surgery, and it involves a recovery. And the easier you take it, the better you're going to do. And I think in that second week, one day, whether it's day 8 or day 13, you kind of get it all back again. And you might be tired, so that's why I tell people just really try to take a little bit of time off, usually 2 weeks if you're going to go to work. If you don't meet those criteria, right, you're not sure that you aren't done with your children, your skin isn't loose, your muscles are not stretched out, you don't have the time to recover, and you don't want a scar, right? If you meet those criteria, then you really are in the liposuction candidate category. And then you come in and we have a conversation, and I have to examine you and make sure that the skin is tight enough to contract after we liposuction, because if it's not, it can come out irregular. And that's something that you're trading one problem for another. And the little voice in your head that says, I don't like my belly, I don't want to go to the beach, it's just traded for another voice that says, I don't like my belly, I don't want to go to the beach. It's because it was loose in the first place, but now it's irregular, and we don't like that either. If you don't care, right, you just want to look good in clothes, and you don't really care what your abdomen looks like, well, that opens up a lot of possibilities that if you do care, we really can't entertain. Go ahead and hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and feel free to share with a friend. You can stay up to date with the latest in cosmetic surgery by subscribing to the Austin-Weston YouTube channel. And for more information on the Austin-Weston Center, visit our website at austin-weston.com or click the link in the description below.